Hello everybody, how are you doing? It's Damon yet again, and this time I'm gonna book the first ever WrestleMania from the Attitude Era. And I'm surprised we're already there. And yeah, I thought basically my WrestleMania could actually have some potential there. And I was thinking in that case that WrestleMania 14 is already an underrated WrestleMania, a lot of good matches, but I felt like I look at the card, 8 matches, five of them being title matches, and the ones that weren't title matches, you had the Tag Team Battle Royal, Taker versus Kane, and the mixed tag match. Everything else was for a title. Sorry. And I like that. It was efficient, but at the same time, I wouldn't say too efficient, but at the same time, there's some things I would have changed. Now, I would have kept it the way that WB likes nowadays, 6 match a card. And maybe I would have a bit more if I added ECW the card, but I don't want it to be too reliant on ECW all the time. The first I did it for WrestleMania 13 because it's to give some cross promotion and to promote the ECW pay-per-view in April or May 1997. That was the point. This time they don't need to lean so much on ECW. So yeah. However, there might be some ECW teams in the first match. The first match is going to be again a 15-team battle royal. And since I'm taking off some of the teams for their matches, I'll put on some ECW teams there. Now, which teams will there be in the WrestleMania 15 team battle royals? There'll be the LOD, the winners of that battle royal anyway. The New Midnight Express. I had Furnace LaFon. The Hardy Boys get their first ever WrestleMania here. Too Cool. The Rock and Roll Express. Recon and Sniper. You can have Ahmed and Tom Brandy. Both of them will be let go after that. Uh, the Headbangers, the Quebecers. Savio Miguel, Jose Estrada Castillo, uh, the FBI. I'll put the full-blood Italians. Who else? Who else the tag team then? Uh, okay, basically the Sheets, basically what other tag teams you could have. Uh, mm, 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 mm. Which other person were a tag team in ECW at the time? Tend to say Lance Storm and Chris Candido, because like this Storm can actually have the WrestleMania spot. And see what else? Where else can I put this on the card? Because I took off some tag team and some of them I had to basically either take out the tag team battle royal or some of them have to take one member of the tag team and take him out of the battle royal. So it kind of makes a difference there. So but one way or another, whoever will be the 15 team, the last team to include there, LOD wins anyway. In the second match, like in real time, you would have for the lightweight title, you have Taka defend against Aguila, but also have Pantera, El Pantera, not the group. Don't worry, don't worry. I mean, you'd have Taka against us, against Aguila, against Pantera. Taka Michinoku retains. Oh, the last team, by the way, in the battle royal could be Kaientai. Okay, now I said when you rely too much on ECW, but I know that Al Snow starts up in WWE soon afterwards, so I have an Al Snow match, and I would have Al Snow. I know that Shane Douglas was the ECW champion back then. Again, I would think I'll put Shane Douglas as Al Snow. Living Dangerously was around the corner. Living Dangerously 1998, that is. But at the same time, Shane Douglas never had a WrestleMania match. I'm putting there, and Shane keeps the title. I don't change the scenery, and I don't want to do what many companies did, change where it's ECW or WCW, which changed other promotions top titles without really their consideration. So no, Shane retains the title against Al Snow. Then you would have Steve Blackman against Jeff Jarrett, the currently undefeated Jeff Jarrett against currently undefeated Steve Blackman against Jeff Jarrett. Newly reformed Double J Jeff Jarrett. And as much as Jeff Jarrett, I'm not really a great fan of it. If he's going back to his old game, it kind of needs to win. He wins by cheating with the ropes. And yeah, that's what it'd be. Then, 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 I would have, for the no, I'm not the Intercontinental title, sorry. I would have, okay, I would have The Undertaker versus Kane right here because they have plenty of time. Yeah, first night one, and he's on the main event. Why not Undertaker versus Kane? But they take as much time as due. And like in life, Undertaker beats Kane two, after kicking out of one of the tombstone of Kane, and it takes two tombstone of his, a top rope flank clothesline, and a third tombstone to barely keep Kane down. And Kane kicks out after three. That's how I keep it. I want him to be as Michael Myers as possible. Why did I keep this? Because I'm an Owen Hart mark. I'm an Hart fan. And it'd be a first ever. The European Championship, the newly created European Championship, will headline WrestleMania 14 Night 1 when Triple H defends Owen Hart. This is where I differ from reality. Oh, sorry. This is where my booking differs from reality. So at WrestleMania 13, yes, Undertaker, like in real life, wins the title, and it leads up to SummerSlam where Bret wins the title. You could easily have basically, in my booking scenario, probably the screw job either exists, or even if it doesn't, Bret is gone. Like I wanted to put him on the card, but it's like, okay, and then what would he do? I would have done a rematch of last year? No. So in this case, I would have uh I would have a screw job happen like in real life. Or the very worst, if it doesn't happen at Survivor Series, it happens on December's pay-per-view. But preferably at Survivor Series because it gives Owen Hart the opportunity to linger, to have that moment marinate in his head. And basically, Owen Hart comes back. Owen Hart basically goes on the first ever Raw of 998 and he narrowly beats Shawn Michaels for the WWE title until Triple H interferes. And rather just, hey, never mind, you're not gonna get a title shot again and we'll put in the Rumble like we like, which I thought was stupid. No, he gets a title rematch because I thought the casket match between Undertaker and Shawn was unwarranted. Shawn already beat Undertaker and Taker was out of storyline. All of a sudden he comes back and he has a title shot. Like it was brought out of nowhere. Like Taker like kind of disappeared. He actually had a match at In Your House DX against Jeff Jarrett, which he lost by DQ. Why does he get a title match at the Rumble? Anyway, I have the Undertaker. You can have Undertaker part of the Rumble where he gets eliminated by bad interference, basically by Kane. Or he's not in the Rumble, period. He just has a segment at the end of the show with Kane and still leads up the same thing. But Owen Hart is facing Shawn Michaels in a cage match at the Royal Rumble. And Triple H tries to interfere like crazy, even China, but Owen basically grabbed it after many weeks of getting hit by the crutch by Triple H. Owen Hart turns it back on him and basically uses a crutch to push him out to the outside. Basically, Triple H says, "Ah, my knee, my ankle, Michael." Okay, he's still European champion, and China basically like goes to check up on Triple H. Owen takes a crutch, hits Shawn Michaels with it, but since it's escape the match, basically escape the ring, escape the cage to win. That's all Owen Hart wins the WWE title. It's only WWE title, and it's supposed to be a big moment. And in the main event of the Royal Rumble, Stone Cold Steve Austin wins. So for several weeks, we're hinting that Stone Cold versus Owen Hart will be the main event of WrestleMania 14, face versus face, and they're like face up between the two. There's no it's between the both of them. And Owen doesn't show heel tactics there. He just says, he even said, "I'm sorry that happened. I'm sorry this moment happened. I used to say compassion. I'm sorry I shouldn't have gone to that point. It was a different time. Like just a year ago was a different time than now since I know, hell no, you're still the same, blah, blah, blah." So it's like I'm proud of it's not I'm proud of you, but would say, you know what? Congratulations on being the X. You basically showed up there. You showed me that you can be better than that. But hell, son, there's still an ass whooping go basically with your name on it at WrestleMania. And I'm gonna win the title. I'm gonna send you packing like your brother. Something like that. Until basically DX interferes one of their segments and it forces them to basically, surprisingly, coalesce together and basically feel like they have to team up. Then the New Age Outlaws, the World Tag Team title champions, interfere, and it leads also to Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie, Terry Funk, to just both of them coalesce as well together. So there's an eight-man tag main event at No Way Out of Texas 998, still as usual, except they managed to course Owen Hart in defending the title early on against Shawn Michaels at the Raw before the pay-per-view. I mean, Shawn would be Owen would be kind of a fighting champion. He would face off like he would defend the title against Mark Merrill, would defend against Goldust. He would have Mark Merrill, Goldust, and maybe somebody else who's kind of higher main event men ever seen. But yeah, and Owen faced against Shawn. But here's the thing: regardless of what happened to Shawn, like if he's injured or not, he's back injured. I would have it in a match where he, Owen Hart, Shawn Michaels. Owen Hart doesn't touch Shawn Michaels, and Shawn doesn't really do any moves on Owen. Everybody interferes because of no holds barred. You have Lusbury Quas attacking Owen Hart, like attacking him with chairs. After a while, they hold up Owen. Like Castillo tries to hit Owen with chair. Owen ducks and he hits Jose Estrada. Then takes care of Miguel, Savio. So who's left? It's the New Age Outlaws. They come in the ring, they attack Owen Hart, they attack him with many weapons. They make Bull Pendle Slam. Again, Owen Hart managed to counter the interference, sends, let's say, when he's the apron, he sends Billy Gunn against Road Dogg, then sends Road Dogg to the outside. It's a plancha to the Outlaws and Boricuas. Then he yells, it's between you and me, Sean. China goes to interfere. He's able to just, counter her. I think basically kind of shove China, like shove her out of the apron, but leads Triple H to attack him the crutch, basically hit the pedigree, and it leads to Shawn just pinning him 1, 2, 3. And it leads to that's why it branched off to Owen. There's a real reason why Owen will challenge Triple H, not just because it felt like he's a second tire and that Shawn doesn't have time with him, is because Owen Triple H explicitly cost him the WWE title, is won the WWE title against Shawn Michaels. And it leads to the main event WrestleMania 14 night one because it's one part of the DX storyline. It was DX rated, and you have Triple H as Owen. And I thought it was disrespectful in real life that Owen lost because it wasn't Triple H's Owen. It felt like it was WB against the Arts and say, hey, laughing out loud, we're booking WWE to win. Screw you, Art family. That's how it felt. And I'm not doing that. I'm having Owen Hart win, and I'm having him win by a sharpshooter. China tries to interfere. Sergeant Slaughter doesn't let it happen. China tries to, like at the last minute of the match, she does try to pitch some powder in Owen, reminiscent of Mr. Fuji Yokozuna WrestleMania 9. But before she can even do this, Sergeant Slaughter, who's handcuffed to her, grabs the hand and pitches the salt or the powder in the air. It kind of blinds him and China at the same time. But she at first she would even try to basically in the last ditch effort she tries to pull basically the ropes, the ring ropes closer for that Triple H can crawl toward the ropes as he's in the sharpshooter. But the moment that basically she basically grabs her eyes like this, she released the hold on the ropes, and that leaves Owen Hart to bring back Triple H back in the center of the ring, and Triple H taps. Similarly to WrestleMania 20, it takes like 2 minutes and a half for him to tap. So Triple H does look good, but it's symbolic because the old DX on that night is not going to be victorious. So night two, I would start off night two. What would I've had? It was a feud between the new Blackjack, JBL against Barry Windham. Since Barry Windham's gonna win, I have JBL win. I have Bradshaw win. I felt like it was stupid that feud never really resolved at WrestleMania. I remember it was like solved at the pre-WrestleMania 14 Raw, despite having lots of hair time between this at No Way Out of Texas, whatever. I would have it at SummerSlam. Then Now I would have, in this case, I would have the mixed tag match as in real life, and Mark Mero and Sable defeat Goldust and Luna, like in real life. In the third match, you have Ken Shamrock to The Rock, and like in real life, again, Shamrock seems to win, but gets himself disqualified. So because of reverse decision, keeps the title, and that's what it is. Then in the fourth match, you have Vader versus Kurgan. Knowing that not much happened to Kurgan afterwards, and nothing happened much to Vader, you can make a case whichever wins. If Vader is going to leave anyway, you could have Kurgan win. But it's just supposed to be a palette. It's just supposed to basically get you, invest in the other match. But before the last match, the penultimate match is the New Age Outlaws versus Cactus Jackson's Chainsaw Charlie. But it's not going to be a tables match. It's just going to be a falls count anywhere matches, and it leads to they get dropped in the dumpster. But it's not a dumpster match because I thought it was ridiculous to hear from Russo. It's not the right dumpster. It's as stupid as saying somebody doesn't win the title because it's not the right ladder. So my option, my solution, make it a normal match, put them both in the dumpster match, and at the same time have Chainsaw Charlie put in the moat, and they win the tag titles. In the main event of WrestleMania Night 2, which obviously is basically the ultimate main event of WrestleMania, Shawn Michaels does defend the title against Stone Cold Steve Austin. And injured or not, I have Stone Cold Steve Austin win the title. The same way he does. Except Shawn wouldn't be as injured, and Shawn would still take some time off afterwards. I wanted the old DX to just go away. And they were unbearable for a while. I thought the perfect way for them to actually regroup was for all of them, all members, to. The only title change that happened on that night, I built it, is the only people who lose titles are DX. It's DX rated, and surprise, every member of DX lose their titles. And then the next night happened, and you have Triple H and X-Pac. Triple H and X-Pac, basically X-Pac returns, helps the Outlaws win the tag titles, and at Backlash, or at Unforgiven 998, you could have X-Pac and DX conspire to take the European title from Owen Hart. The old DX lost, the new DX is supposed to be stronger. It just says something, rather than just let's feel out, rather than basically have the message of let's bury Owen Hart as much as we could. So yeah, that's how I felt. And as far as title history, I would keep it the same for the IC title, WWE title. I mentioned what I would do. Tag titles will be the same thing. European title, again, the same thing. It was like void. Yeah, I think it will be the same thing. It's just the only modification will be an Owen Hart turn. Owen Hart time with the title. But apart from that, that's basically the same thing. So that's how I would have booked WrestleMania 14 night on 2 nights. Let me know what you think down in the comments down below. Next up, I'll probably do a movie review basically of the movies up to date in 2026, which are my favorite, which are not so good. Like basically a halfway point of 2006, which seems to be gearing up to be my favorite movie of the years, which other movie I'm looking forward to, and the rest. So, and afterwards, I'll go back to WrestleMania, rebooking WrestleMania 15 and 16 in 2 nights. On that note, take care, guys.